Some governments spend decades building influence. Yet somewhere in the world, a meeting lasting less than an hour can quietly move more money than an entire nation's yearly budget. No election, no national anthem, just signatures, servers, and decisions that ripple across continents before most people even wake up. And that's only the beginning.
One company quietly owns pieces of businesses you've probably used today. Another decides what billions of people see, learn, and search. But the last one doesn't control money or information. It controls the tiny technology that powers almost everything. If that company stopped tomorrow, the shock wouldn't stay inside one country. It would reach the entire planet.
If discovering the hidden forces shaping our world fascinates you, subscribe to 3 Insight Vision, because the biggest stories are often the ones happening behind the scenes. BlackRock doesn't manufacture phones, build cars, or run social media. So why do presidents, CEOs, and investors pay attention to it? Because through the money it manages, BlackRock holds investments across thousands of companies worldwide. Chances are, products you use today were connected to businesses in its portfolio. It's a level of financial influence that's almost invisible, and that's exactly what makes it so powerful.
Managing money isn't the same as owning it, but influence often follows responsibility. BlackRock oversees assets worth trillions of dollars for pension funds, governments, universities, and investors around the world. When markets shake, its decisions are watched across continents. And this raises an uncomfortable question. When one financial manager becomes this important, where does corporate influence end and global power begin?
Here's what makes BlackRock different. It rarely appears on the products you buy or the apps you use. Instead, its presence is hidden behind the scenes. Through index funds and investment portfolios, it has stakes in companies that compete with each other every single day. That's perfectly legal, but it creates an invisible web of influence few people ever notice.
But here's the twist. BlackRock doesn't simply tell thousands of companies what to do. Most of the money belongs to clients, like pension funds and individual investors. Its influence comes from the enormous scale of assets it manages and the role it plays in global finance. That's why its annual letters and market outlooks are followed so closely. Yet even this financial giant can't shape what billions of people think every day. That job belongs to our next company. Before breakfast, billions of questions have already been answered by one company. Where to eat, which route to take, how to fix a problem, what news to read, what video to watch next. Most of these choices feel personal, but they're happening inside an ecosystem built by Alphabet. Its products have become so common that many people forget they're relying on the same company from sunrise to bedtime. Every second, thousands of searches begin with simple curiosity. Together, they create one of the largest collections of human questions ever assembled. Search trends reveal what people fear, what they want to buy, where they travel, even which diseases they're trying to understand. Information has always been power. Alphabet became powerful by helping organize it on a global scale. Imagine changing a single formula, and suddenly millions of websites gain visitors, while others almost disappear overnight. Businesses watch these updates closely because visibility can determine success or failure. It's a reminder that in the digital age, influence isn't measured only by money. Sometimes it's measured by deciding what the world sees first. And even Alphabet depends on something it cannot build alone, the tiny chips that make its AI possible.
Search made Alphabet a giant, but AI could redefine its future. Every new language model, smarter assistant, or breakthrough tool demands enormous computing power. The race isn't just about writing better code anymore. It's about who can train bigger, faster, and more capable AI systems before everyone else. And that race begins with hardware most people will never see.
The world received a warning during the global chip shortage. Car factories slowed down. Electronics became harder to find. Delivery times stretched for months. It wasn't because people suddenly forgot how to build products. It was because one tiny component had become a global bottleneck. That moment exposed a hidden truth. Modern civilization depends on a supply chain thinner than most people imagine.
Hidden inside science parks in Taiwan is a company that most people have never visited, yet they carry its work in their pocket every day.
TSMC doesn't compete by selling phones or laptops. Instead, it manufactures the advanced chips that power advanced products designed by many of the world's biggest technology companies. When the most valuable firms need their next-generation processors, they often turn to the same place. Building a leading-edge chip factory isn't like building another car plant. It takes years, staggering investment, and manufacturing processes measured in billions of a meter. Even with unlimited money, reproducing decades of experience is another challenge entirely. That's why governments are investing heavily to strengthen their own chip industries, but catching up is far from simple.
This is where technology meets geopolitics. The advanced chips produced in Taiwan power AI, cloud computing, smartphones, scientific research, and many defense technologies. That strategic importance has made the island a focal point of global attention. It's no longer just about economics. It's about who secures access to the technology that could shape the decades ahead. And one surprising machine, built thousands of kilometers away, helps make this possible.
That enormous machine isn't made by TSMC. It's built by another company, using technology so precise that even a speck of dust can ruin an entire production run. Inside, lasers, mirrors, and optics work together to carve billions of microscopic transistors onto a silicon wafer. It's a reminder that even the world's most powerful chipmaker relies on an ecosystem of highly specialized partners.
Take away advanced semiconductors, and modern life begins to unravel. AI systems slow dramatically. Smartphones lose their intelligence. Supercomputers can't model new medicines as quickly. Even satellites and next-generation vehicles depend on increasingly powerful processors. Tiny pieces of silicon have quietly become the foundation beneath nearly every major technological breakthrough.
For much of history, nations competed for gold, oil, or strategic waterways. Today, another race is unfolding, one centered on advanced computing. Countries are investing billions in semiconductor manufacturing, AI infrastructure, and supply chain resilience because they know tomorrow's economic and technological leadership will depend on them. The competition has already begun, and it's accelerating every year.
BlackRock manages capital that fuels industries. Alphabet organizes and delivers information to billions. TSMC manufactures the advanced chips powering the digital age. Each dominates a different layer of the modern world. Together, they reveal a new reality. Influence is no longer measured only by borders, armies, or population. Increasingly, it's also measured by finance, information, and technology. The most powerful forces in history once flew flags over conquered land. Today, some of the greatest influence is exercised through investment portfolios, digital platforms, and microscopic chips invisible to the naked eye. As technology continues to reshape the world, one question remains. In the future, will nations control the world's most powerful companies, or will the world's most powerful companies increasingly shape the future of nations?